Yeah, Gen Z, how are you now? Yes, are you planning to settle down soon? Planning to get married? Thinking about finding a partner? There are some things you need to know before what you say I do, and that is the reason why I am my wife here. I am Akhaze, and this is my wife Folasade. Yes, so that's the reason why we decided to do this video on the 14th year anniversary of our wedding. Yes, it's 14. Our marriage is 14 years today, 20th of August 2025. So that's the reason why we want to do this video, to talk to you Gen Z about the things you need to know before you say what I do. So we are going to be doing this video in a form of a question and answer format, and I would like you to we're going to ask some questions which I know will be on the mind of many people in your situation, or at the stage of your life, trying to ask this question about what something critical things they need to know about what marriage, about finding a partner, and about how married life is. So we want to talk about that. So it's in the form of a question and answer. And so are we ready to do this?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So let's go. So like I said, I'm Akhaze, and this is my wife Folasade, and we are having our 14th year wedding anniversary today. So wish us go to the comment section and wish us wish us happy wedding anniversary. Congratulations. Thank you so much. Yeah. So I call this before you say yes. 14 lessons from 14 years of marriage. Before you say yes as a lady to that guy, and guy, before you say I want to propose to you, to that lady, what are the lessons you need to learn? So number one, we're going to talk about before meeting each other. Before you meet a spouse, before you meet that spouse of yours, what do you need to do? We're going to be asking some questions. So number one question I have here is, how did you know you were ready for a serious relationship or marriage? How can Gen Z know that they are ready for a serious relationship or marriage, using your own experience?
Okay. Mentally, people will say that you are ready when you are matured. Maturity is the key. And when we talk about maturity, we talk about maturity in terms of different way. When physically mature, emotional maturity, that one is very, very important. Emotions maturity. Then spiritually you are mature, because like people say, sometimes marriage can be a spiritual thing.
It's not can be, it is.
So you need to be emotionally stable, spiritually stable before you enter into it. Yes. Financially, you cannot be having problem financially. You cannot be in debt, and you want to bring another person's as a man to join in debt.
Or you're playing our bet.
Yes. So in every areas that you can think of, you need to be really mature.
Yeah.
You understand? And sometimes this maturity can be a process.
Yes.
It's an ongoing. It's a growth. Growth is a process.
Yes.
So it's an ongoing thing.
We are all working. Yes,
we are all going. It's an ongoing process. So once you see that yes, you are ready in the line, then you can say yes, you are ready.
Yeah.
Because if you are not stable emotionally, marriage is not for the faint-hearted, like they said. By the time you start having children, it's not for the faint-hearted.
Yeah.
So many of these things are not, if you are not stable emotionally and you start having emotional problem, it won't work nice. So for somebody to say he or she is ready to go into a relationship, you need to sit down, look at your life, check some of these things that we mentioned. Your spiritual life, emotion, physical, if you are health-wise, if we are having health challenges sometimes, all these things, financial wise, look at them and see whether am I good to go, or do I still need to work on myself, or do I need something to so that before you say I do, or before you say I want to do, or you want to do.
Yes.
So that's it.
Yeah. For me, well, I'll just give you said the yes. For me, I'll just even state what in those days, what made me know that I was ready for a serious relationship or marriage. I think number one, I knew that I had this what's the word now? What I call it, passion. I don't know. I had this drive that look, I got to a point where I knew that look, I need somebody by my side. You understand? I need somebody by my side, and actually that was even in the higher institution. I was getting towards final year when I knew that look, and also one reason why that thing came also was because I always had the, just like I mentioned in the other video, you know, I also had the desire that I don't want to meet my wife when I'm all made, when I'm all settled. I mean, I have a fantastic
Everything
job, I have a wonderful business, I have so many millions in my account. I wanted to meet my wife to be when I was nothing, so that I can grow together with her. You understand? So
that's a good decision.
Yes.
Because sometimes by the time when you have everything settled, you won't really know
it's hard
whether a lady loves you for who you are,
yes,
or whether a man really loves you for what you have.
Yeah, for what you
so
have.
By the time if you are just growing up and you see somebody that is ready to commit themselves
without with no strings attached,
then you can know that those are true love.
Yes.
And you know that thing is very, very important. Because sometimes too, some people, we'll leave that for another moment, because sometimes they will say sometimes some people can love you while you are poor, but by the time you start getting rich, they may not be able to accommodate your wealth,
especially for the guys.
So especially for the guys, even the ladies, you know, sometimes they may not be able to accommodate your
True.
But sometimes while you are going together, you will have known, because sometimes you will have money, you will see the reaction of these people, how things are here. So I think it's better if you can start early. Don't wait till when you are already made. By that time, you won't know who is who. We don't know who loves you for who you are, or for what you have.
Yes, that's true. So that was the reason why I mean, at that time when I was in school and getting towards final year, I said I want to try and get somebody that will accept me as I am in school. I don't have any money. I'm still living with my parents.
You are still getting allowance.
Getting allowance and stuff like that. So that's, and then of course, like you mentioned about emotional maturity. So all those things, emotional maturity, spiritual maturity. Of course, I was growing in the faith, and I knew that, and I also knew that the success of anybody, no matter how academically or career wise success you are career wise, if you make a mistake in marriage, you are in trouble. So I knew all those things when I was in higher institution, and so that's why I decided to say, okay, let me start looking for it. So I actually proposed, of course, you know the story. I proposed the first lady when I was in final year, but she said no, and then we moved on from there. So for me, that was how I got to know that I was ready for a serious relationship or marriage. Okay, so number 2 is, what were the biggest mistakes you avoided when dating in your 20s? Did you date? Did you date?
No,
or you know, okay, you didn't date.
There was no actual,
like, serious. You don't have any serious
I don't have
boyfriend.
any serious relationship.
Okay.
But I have
friends. Yes.
I have friends with
general friends.
No, even with boys, the guys and females. But one thing is that you should have limits.
Of course.
You set boundaries for yourself. Yes, you set boundaries for yourself. Yes. There are some things I can't do with my male friends. You know. Yes. There should be limit to it.
Yeah. So and I think they say the question is, what are the biggest mistakes you avoided? So you avoided. Sexual exposure, with the opposite sex, you know, you avoided sexual, those things really help. I personally, it helps me, you know. In fact, growing up when I was young, thank God for God, you know. This is not just by, you can't just happen into it. It's by maybe a relationship with God, faith, faith in God. You know, I through all the friendships with maybe in church, in higher institution with the opposite sex, I was looking out for a wife material, a marriage partner. I was not, one thing, and I'm sure we are speaking to Gen Z, so they will understand this thing. A lot of times when boy and girl wants to, what's the aim? What's the end goal? The end goal is I just want to have a fling, or let's just be going out together. No, that was never my intention. Maybe got me close to a lady. My intention is, okay, I want to find out this lady, is she a wife material? Is she someone that I can spend the rest of my life with? So that was one thing that helped me when I was in, so I was not looking at a short-term something. Of course, when you look at short-term, when your goal is short-term, that let me just be with this girl, she's beautiful, or this guy, let me just be with him, he's handsome, he has the money, or he has some change with him, you find that at the end of the day, what do? You end up putting yourself under, you end up making some mistakes because your goal is what is short-term. Your goal is short-term. So let's move on. Did you have a list of what you wanted in a partner, and how important was that list?
As I was looking through that question, one of the that comes to my mind, I remember when I was young, we used to sell books, so I have a lot of books.
Okay, storybooks.
I have Bees and Booms, Temptation, I have Pacesetters. In fact, I have copies of books like that.
Wow.
But at the time, I have one of my big cousins that she was into book clubs. She used to learn. So I have free access to books. So judging by those things that I have exposed myself to,
so
the kind of fantasy every girl, you want a man that is tall, handsome, those bush-chested, somebody that is that is coming to save you. Your shine. How do they call it? Hero. Somebody that that you'll be looking at everybody.
Yes.
Those ones are just dream. There's nothing like that. There's nothing like that.
There's nothing like that.
There's nothing like that. Let me tell you something. If you are still living in that kind of dream, it's better you wake up from that dream.
Wake up, oh. So Gio.
It's better you wake up from that dream, because I find out that things like that are some of the things that really make some ladies not to get into relationship, because you keep on dreaming dreams that cannot ever come true.
No, not that they can't come true.
Let me tell you something.
Nobody is perfect.
Most of the guys, like somebody said, the guys that you see that have six-pack,
they are wife beaters.
Is it that they are working in the gym?
Okay.
That's where they are working. But serious-minded man. How many of them has time to go to the gym and be doing when they have to make money? And those ones that are in the gym, they may not really have the money that you need. So for you not to get all the combination, all those things combined together in a body, and you will still want somebody that is God-fearing, that can speak in tongues, that knows the word of God, that has the body, that is tall, that is handsome. Somebody said, continue to wait, Jesus is coming back.
You have to say how many genuine pastors or whatever go to the gym and spend all the time.
At the time,
I'm not saying they don't but
no, but they don't make it. It's not.
Yes, it's not like a
in fact, it's even when things are already settled for them that people start to remember. Okay, let me start going to the gym or whatever.
Because of health issues and stuff like that.
But the most important thing is that there are some other things that are more important than those physical things that you see.
What is it?
So you need to get to that point that, like me, I was at a point when we were still young, we were dreaming like that. But when you start growing up, your mind, you are getting mature spiritually. You know that some things don't really matter.
So Gen Z, not everything matters.
The things that doesn't matter, you begin to share them off. In fact, until I had to stop reading those books, because sometimes even in your relationship with people, with the person that you are getting married to, or with your spouse, if you still keep dreaming in that line, you will be wanting, even if you are the one that offended, you are looking for somebody that will come and kneel down before you. Say, sorry, I love you. Sorry. Because what you watched in the books, or what you watched in Telemundo, all those things. I can give my life to
what's that one? What's that Indian one?
Z-word. Those things are not really. They are fantasies that may not change. So sometimes we need to sit down and face reality and know that.
So Gen Z, long shorts, some things are fantasies, and there's no perfect person. There's nobody that you may say, I will find 100% all those fantastic qualities in one person. You will most likely not. you most likely. I'm not saying they are into, but if you, just like you said, if you are waiting to find that person, that's the reason why. That's the reason why. Well, no, they may find, but that's the reason why some people are not yet. Some people are not yet married at 30, even 40. Yes, if you go and check the general the history, you find out that they've come across guys, but because maybe the guys not fit complete 100% the specs.
And mostly they look at the physical appearance, and those things are not the main thing. The things that really matters are the things that are inside somebody, inside the person. What the thought idea of that person, the mindset of that person. Those are the things that really matter. But this physical thing, just like the things that we see, they are fading away, and that's true. And just like Bible talks about, Proverbs 31 verse. The later part of when beauty is vain. So the things, if you see a lady that is
woman that
figure 8, I wasn't like this before I got married, figure 8, all those over times, by the time life begin to happen, some of those things may not be. You don't have to put yourself on.
One question is here, but I don't think that applies to. Say, how do you handle breakups? How do we handle? We didn't have breakups.
There wasn't breakup.
We never had really? I did not have a steady girlfriend before meeting her and getting married to her, so but I didn't have any breakup.
Maybe you can talk about breakup. People that you proposed to that said no to you.
I know, but it's not a breakup.
Like they used to call it shock. How
do you show?
Okay, they have given you. How do you handle it?
I know the
first person. How do you handle it? The second person.
I cannot remember all of them, but
there was one that you cried about.
Yeah. There was one I cried. That one was in youth service. Yes, when I was in youth service, and when she told me, that was the only one I went back to my corpus lodge and I cried. But after I cried, I just told God, I said, God, though, she has said no. Others have said no before her, so she was not the first person. I said, God, she has said no, but just take this.
But this one really pained me.
Yeah, this one pained me, but just take this matter out of my mind. And I came back to Lagos, and the matter was taken out of my mind. I focused on some other things. So I not really had breakup in my head, but I was not in a relationship with anybody. Yeah, so just say mention that. Okay, so how do you Gen Z are asking now? How do you avoid wasting time with the wrong person? How do you avoid wasting time with the wrong person? Sometimes they will say, there's a guy you are going steady, or it's guys that are always at fault with this one. A lady is going out steady with a guy, or a guy is showing interest in her. You understand? But he has not said anything. You understand? And he takes her to go for outing, they go for movies, they go to the beach,
and he has not said anything.
And he has not said anything. Honestly, So how do you avoid wasting time with the one person? And then later on, he will now marry somebody else.
That is it. The issue is that once a guy has not said anything, know that there is nothing there.
After 6 months,
and those kind of people.
Year,
you are the one that will be sensitive, that you will be sensible and know that this person is just a friend. Like I said, I used to have many friends then. None of them said anything, and I don't assume. Do you understand? I don't assume that they are saying something. I don't assume. In that way, I will treat you just like any other friend. I don't give anyone preferential treatment that this person. No, I just treat you like normal person. In that case, if you see me with another guy, you don't question me. In fact, you are just friends. You understand? Until the only person that can say yes, this is the main person, is the person that opened his mouth and proposed. When I was in the university, I almost had somebody that was almost at the verge of proposing. I told you, yes. So me, I didn't tell you. I will tell you. That guy, that my friend. Tell me,
okay.
That my friend.
Okay, yes.
I told you.
Okay,
I think I told that my friend that.
But
he didn't say it. He was saying, I want to say, I need to. So you know that somebody wants to say something. But I was guessing that it wasn't. God was not allowing him to say it. Do you understand? But he didn't say it, and I didn't assume, and I did not say. Sometimes when ladies, we even help people to say the word. If you are not bold enough to say it, then you are not bold enough to be my. Do you understand? So
remember Chioma story.
Okay. So my own is, if you can't say it
with the doctor.
If you can't say it, that means that you don't mean it. I know the guy was about to say it. In fact, on different occasions, I said, I want to come and see you. I want to see you. I want to say something. But so far, I did not say anything. I just assumed that.
Let me say something to that. Ladies, because this one is to you. You can, if you are like my wife that felt that or knew that this person wanted to say something, but it was not bold enough. you can also help the guy too and say, is there something on your mind? You can, some, question begets question. I mean, question bring answer. You can say, okay, lady, I say lady, guy, you seem to be uncomfortable or agitated. I'm giving you expo. I'm giving you something to do.
Do I like that?
You might not. Well, I'm just saying for those who there are some ladies who are really expecting a guy to come say something. Maybe you were not really. Maybe you were not like. But there are some ladies that they are prayed according to them, and they say this guy is the one. But the guy never. So
me, I would rather for me in that kind of situation. I would rather we have somebody that is older than us.
Okay, that we
can try to.
Okay, to.
She understand. That kind of thing is better than for me to say I want to say something. What if he doesn't have anything to say?
No.
What if you are just assuming?
Don't you get what I'm saying? I'm trying to say that what you, Jay-Z, what you say is, I observe that you are agitated. You seem to be agitated. You seem to be uncomfortable.
That one is not my problem.
I'm just saying for them. Not everybody can be like you. You say, I feel that, and you seem agitated. You hope no problem. Is there something you want to share with me?
Okay.
And so that can give the guy some leverage, some boldness,
okay.
Some ginger.
Do whatever works for you, but for me.
But some of you might be like my wife that says no. If he doesn't say anything, let him stay on his own.
Make
it day.
Person that can open his mouth, that is confident enough, we say it. Or you can have like a mentor, a person, a senior,
older person that can,
maybe in the church or somebody that can talk to the person, that maybe that will be a mediator or whatever. But aside that, I won't put the word in your mouth if you are not bold enough. Then, because some of these things, these are foundation things that will later be causing problems. So it may get to the marriage later and he says, did I propose to you? Was you not the one that is saying so sometimes you just need to be to play fair and to play safe. You have your dignity as a lady. In fact, you have your dignity. That is one of the things that men will keep respecting you.
Of course,
over even through the years.
I agree. So Gen Z ladies, because this has to do with ladies. The question is, how do you avoid wasting time with the wrong person?
Define your relationship.
Define your relationship. After 6 months, after 6 months, at least 6 months, and the guy he does every other thing, but he has not said the word what you're expecting. You need to call, say, boss. What are your intentions? Are you for marriage or for
if
what?
You don't want to be too forward, find somebody that is like an elderly person, a mentor that can mediate between you,
so that you don't waste your time.
So that you won't waste your time and you won't appear to be desperate. Like they say, once it is a lady that is making the move, they will think it's because of desperation.
And mind you, this thing affects guys too. Like the issue of story of trauma. She said she had a doctor guy who was and the husband too. Her husband now was also. You understand? So the guy too, you as a guy, you might think that this lady is warming up to me. You understand? You think that she is available. You might not know that she might be available, but somebody else might also be interested in her. So you also as a guy
play your game
your game fast. If you know that you believe that this I want to say something,
another person will not carry your meat with your presence.
You understand? But of course, if another person carry your meat, that doesn't mean you will not find another.
Of course, but
God, just like what Pastor who was saying yesterday, then there's no one person that is meant for you. Say if you miss this one, you will not find somebody that is meant for you.
You can even get a better one.
God has created so many alternatives for you.
You can even get a better one, but sometimes when you don't have something that you desire, something that you feel that you should have, you'll be feeling that you really miss. Even sometimes some people, when they get into another relationship, they will still be comparing that relationship. If it is this other one, it may be better than this. Do you understand? So meanwhile, it may not be better. It may just be, but that kind of, so that you won't have some regrets. Just do what you have to do.
Do what in time.
Do it in time.
Okay. Do you believe in soulmates before? Okay, I think we just talked about this. Do you believe in soulmates before meeting each other? Did you believe in soulmates? That is, when you say soulmate is like this is the person. I think we just answered that now. Soulmate is that this is the person that this is my person meant for me.
For me, honestly, that question can sometimes be hard to answer.
Okay.
But for me, I may be wrong, but what I have come to conclude in that area is that it's only God that knows
the best person for you
thoroughly.
Yes.
He knows what will happen in my life in the next 5 years.
Yeah.
He knows what is going to happen in the next 10 years. He knows everything about the person. And he knows the person that can align with that thing in your life. He knows the person that can align with your purpose, with your dream.
Yeah.
So he can guide you to this person. Sure, you understand?
Yes.
But if you don't want to,
of course,
you may lose that one. If you don't want, it's not by force. God will not force you anybody on you unless. So he may, if you don't want that, another one may come. It may be close to it. It will not be close to it.
Yeah.
But it's always good when it comes to marriage relationship to trust God. And if God is leading you, don't. You know, sometimes some people, mainly at times, the reason why they don't want to go into that direction is because maybe they look at the person, this one doesn't look as if he has money, doesn't look as if he has future. No, so you understand. Yes. Those are fleeting, and it's only God that knows all those things.
Of course.
Even the person that you think has a future, things they happen, the future may not be bright. The future may be bleak. Sure, understand. So, but if you are really trusting God and you are not trusting your Bible say, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Many people lean on their understanding when it comes to this marriage selection or who to marry. They lean on so much on their understanding, and that is what they will get.
There's one kind of tricky question here. What's the difference between attraction and compatibility?
That's a serious jump question. And I think that they are not the same thing. You can't compare them together. They are different words and they are different. When it comes to, for me, you are the grammarian in the house. So attraction is something that it attracts you.
Compatibility is, you may be. I think I get the gist behind that question. The question is that you can be attracted to somebody, but that you are attracted to somebody doesn't mean that you are not compatible with the person. Do you understand? That you are attracted to somebody doesn't mean that because you are attracted to somebody that means automatically
you can gel.
You can gel. Do you understand? And I think that's the drift of that question. So what do you think?
For me, the questions I don't understand.
Is okay? Let me. I think I get
attraction is something that you like something and you are attracted to it. But the question again is the thing attracted to you back?
Okay, yes.
If I'm attracted to this woman,
both of you are attracted to each other. But does it mean that you are compatible? Does it mean that your marriage can? No, when you say compatible, of course you know what compatibility is now. If you say, okay, can we work? Can the marriage work? Just because we are attracted to each other,
it can work. It doesn't matter.
It can. For me,
it can work.
It can. It may not. It may
in
not.
Fact, most time people usually says that this issue of we are incompatibility.
Yes.
When it comes to marriage, they usually say that it's better opposites attract.
Okay.
Marriage is supposed to be a complementary relationship. What this person is lacking, you have it.
Yes.
This person's weakness, you have your strength, and you bring them together. To make you one. But sometimes when this person has this strength, and you two you have the same strength, it can be a problem. It can bring a problem.
I agree.
So for me, in that aspect of the issue of are we compatible, it means to me, your own weakness, can I put my own strength to it so that it will make it work? Your own strength, can I add my own weakness to it so that it will make it work? So that's compatibility.
For me, I think you might be attracted to each other and you can also be compatible. Or you might be attracted to each other but not be compatible. But the issue of compatibility, like some people have also said, compatibility is just a word that people have used to just say, me, I can't live with him anymore. I can't. There's no. Well, I want to say that there's nobody that can. There's no couple or both people that will say, you are incompatible. The thing is that it's about both of you. Can you decide to? Can you work together? Do you understand? Are you willing to calm down? And the other person willing to also calm down? Or come, to meet each other, adjust, meet at a midpoint. That's the thing.
Work together.
Yes, except
just like what Pastor was saying yesterday.
Verse 3, yes.
Marriage is by agreement.
Yeah, by agreement.
Not by prophecy, not
Yes,
by any
of
other
course.
thing. So can the two of you come together and agree?
Yeah, and agree.
If I say I'm not going to wash plates,
yeah,
can you stand up and wash the plates?
So
Or
will you just sit down and say, go and wash plates?
So those are the things that causes.
You don't know that I'm.
Yes, those are things that cause problem in marriage.
Yes,
so can you agree?
Yes, that's
can
the critical thing. That's a critical thing. Okay, let's move on. Did your faith or values influence who you dated? Let me just answer that. Yes, of course. Did your faith or how did your faith or values influence who you dated? Of course, I want to advise every Gen Z that before you start having a relationship with anybody, you need to build up your faith. And when we say faith, what faith? Faith in God. You understand? Because God is the one who authored God is the one who authored or who created marriage. The what do you call it now? The institution of marriage in the first place. God is the one who created it. So faith in God is important, critical for you to, before you now decide, okay, I want to make a choice. I want to make a choice about a marital partner. So for me, and I believe for her too, our faith and values really influence who we choose. Yeah. If I was not a Christian, I'd most likely not choose her, and vice versa. Is that not so?
Yes, because you understand? Personally, I had somebody that was a Muslim. That professing in love.
Yeah,
but because of that, because of that, I know that that's a no-go area for me.
No matter how
for my belief. So no matter how good it is,
or the lady is,
I won't go to that area. Yes. I won't.
Yeah.
So we must agree together in our faith.
Yeah. In
our faith. In fact, so it can even be deeper than that. If you are a Pentecostal church person, the things that you believe, even in Christian, there are some things. There are some people that believe that you must fast and fast. But people doesn't believe in fasting. So if the two of you, if you are going to be together, you must be able to align your mindset spiritually with each other. Not that somebody believe that I can open my eyes and be praying, and somebody you must close your eyes. If you open your eyes, you are a witch. that will cause a problem in marriage. It's true now. That will cause a problem in marriage.
I agree. Okay.
Faith must align.
Yeah. So I think we are through with. We are done with before meeting each other. What are the things you need to know about, or know? What are the critical things you need to be aware of before meeting each other? Now, we want to go to the section of doing courtship. What are the things? So the questions are here. Talking about courtship. Now, how long should you date before getting engaged or married? How long should you date? I think we talked about that in the other video.
How long should you date?
Yes,
there's no
fast.
Sometimes your church can have a lay down rules. Sometimes the family.
Some of them may not be in church.
Sometimes your family may have their own lay down. Okay. You cannot come to a family now. You can't bring a man to the home that they have not known before and say you want to marry next week. Possible. Yes. So sometimes you understand. So it depends on how the family will still have to sit and do something. So but normally the most important thing for marriage is that you need to be really prepared.
Yes.
And when you're talking prepare for the marriage, not for the wedding. These are two different things. Preparation for marriage, that is the life that you are going to live after you have done the ceremony. That is the life that you are going to and those are the major things that one needs to sit down and really prepare for. How many children do you want to have? Where are we going to live? What name are we going to bear?
We are coming to that. So let me just hold you.
I'm talking. These are the things that you prepare in doing courtship. These are the things that you discuss, and you must have a concrete conclusion. Just like what pastor was saying yesterday, that a lady was saying that when they were discussing, she said she cannot change her name. And you thought that
after
you thought that even during the counseling she said she can't change her name when she married, and you thought that maybe she's just joking. By the time you marry, by the time you are going, she will do. And when you are now going, she said she can never leave her name. She can't bear your own surname
because she got the name too. So use that name to get a PhD.
So these are some of the things you discuss during your courtship. Where are we going to live? Some ladies. Some men too, they may be I want to be living in Abuja. These are the things that you discuss in courtship. So long it takes you to get some of these things.
To discuss those things. That is how long
them
before you now start talking about wedding.
Yes.
Oh, what venue?
Yes.
How much are we going to spend on
wedding? How many people are we inviting?
How many people are we inviting? What kind of wedding? Is it white wedding? Is it traditional?
Before you can start doing those ones.
You know, before you start talking about all those ones, the period of time that you will spend in resolving these things that she has mentioned.
Yes.
That is the time. For me, I always say at least 6 months. At least 6 months. Ours was a year and 9 months.
Between 4 to 6 months is.
We'll see, like 6 months, because these things you are mentioning.
Some people, sometimes some people. Okay, we are talking to Gen Z, but some elderly people, some people that
because they have spent a long time.
because they have waited a long time. You don't have to wait. And sometimes even some people, because of sexual pressure, don't wait too long.
For too long. No, I agree. I can't say we're really under sexual pressure. But anyway, we spent a year and 9 months, and that's not. It's not because maybe we were waiting. You know, some people. I know some, you know now. I know a couple. I know a couple who have been engaged for at least 5 years. If not, yes now. At least. They have been really like 5 years now. I don't know. I've not heard from them. But they're engaged for 5 years now. They were supposed to get married. They were supposed to be married in 2023, but they have not been married. Not because maybe they are not talking, but maybe because of maybe financial whatever.
Things are not balancing.
Things are not balancing.
I know someone that was in a courtship relationship for like 7 years. At the end of that 7 years, they did not end up.
They did not end up married. So that's a wasted time. So what I'm saying, why I even brought that story or that example is that I'm saying that, you know, we spent 1 year 9 months not because there was no money or not because we are trying to gather money to do the wedding. No, we spent that long length of time trying to find out more about each other, trying to know. Trying to know if actually we are actually meant for each other. We can agree to.
We agree on a lot of things.
So we discuss a lot of issues.
Bible can two work together unless they be in agreement. So. We were trying to find out whether truly we are in agreement, and that is one of the things that really helped us in our courtship, in the marriage itself now, and also in the because marriage, of the agreement we have already.
And that takes me to, there's a book which I did some time ago. It's called 8 things that you need to do in courtship, or 8 things that singles need to do in courtship to have a successful marriage. You know, I'll link the book somewhere around this video, maybe in the comments section, or sorry, in the pinned comments, or in the in the description. So you can just go check out that book. It talks about the things you need to talk about in your courtship. That's the focus of that book. What are the things you need to discuss with your spouse? And those things listed, mentioned there, they are based on experience, based on what the things I had to discuss with her, just to ensure that we have to ensure that we are on the same page. So I just said I should bring that up. So 6 months, it could be more, but depending, just ensure you conclude what you need to conclude. Before you move on. Now, the next question, which I said was linked to what we were saying, was what were the key questions you asked each other during courtship? Well, for me, I asked her I wanted to find out where she was going. What are her goals in life? What is her vision? Someone, Pastor BC, many years ago, he said, if your vision or your goal in life is to sell white cloth in Balogun market. Balogun is a market in Lagos Island, Lagos. He said, if your vision is to sell white cloth in Balogun market, and your wife's vision is to sell palm oil in the same shop in Balogun market, what does that tell you? Can your vision, can it work? You cannot sell white cloth and palm oil in the same shop in any market, whether Balogun, anywhere. You cannot sell, because what happened? One is going to spoil the other. One thing is going to spoil the other, and to render it useless. If your white cloth is stained with palm oil, can you sell it? You can't sell it. So he used that analogy to just tell you that, tell us that, if you are, you need to understand where your spouse is going. You need to understand, both of you need to ask questions and understand, where are you going, where am I going, and then you know where you are going before you met him or her. She also knows where she's going. So you share your vision together. You share your vision. Even the ladies, you listen to the vision of the man. And I find out
vision. Can I support this vision?
Yes.
Or is it in my line or not?
For example, that lady that said because she cannot change her name because she got used to use another name to get PhD. Okay, you are a PhD holder, you are that high, and then you met a guy and the guy says, oh, my own vision is to become DJ. I want to be doing DJ for the video. She get what I'm saying. You know, you are the lady. You ask herself that can I at my level? You understand? Or maybe I see suits, what they call C-suite executive in one of these multinational companies. Now want and they say he wants to be a DJ. You know that kind of you cannot. She gets. So there's so when you discuss, you ask questions about where are you going, your vision. You know, what are the things you can accept, what are the things you can't accept in the marriage. Like she said when we started, she talked about the issue of the marriage. You don't just plan for wedding, you plan for what? For marriage. Very, very important. So there are many questions. Get that my book. Where my book talks about questions that you can ask. So now, how do you know you were truly compatible? We have talked about that. I think we talked about that. How do we know we're truly compatible? Of course, during our courtship, after asking those questions, asking one, I also put out some tests. I also put out some tests to find out what was inside her. You know, those tests will bring out what is inside of the other person. So after that, and she passed the test. I'm sure she also asked me questions too, and those answers. And those things she was saying, the way I behaved, the way she behaved, we began to realize that okay, I think we are actually meant for each other. That's how you get to know that what you're actually meant for each other. Yeah. Okay. Hey, this question, I don't know. How do you handle temptations to compromise your standards?
Number one.
Okay. Yes,
you must have a standard.
Yeah.
You must have a standard. Because you must have it, like they say, if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything. Like when we're in a relationship, in a courtship, you know that courtship is not meant for having sexual intercourse.
Yes.
No, there are some rules: no touching, no necking, no all those things. So
don't stay together in that places.
Don't stay together alone in a place where you will be tempted or
yes.
So once you have that thing, as much as possible, you don't put yourself, you don't expose yourself into that kind of thing.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Just why should I go to their house and stay there late?
Yes.
It's not. Do you understand? Yeah. So those are the things that you put some guys around you. If you are, like the other day, in the other video I said, the day I wanted to visit him for the first time, then
I was a bachelor. I was not.
He was living alone.
Yeah.
I had to go with a cousin of mine, you know. I just tell her, I want us to, we went there together. So I won't be the only person in the nothing may happen, but then I don't want to just
I did not have any in fact, you know, you have been saying you wanted to come, but you know, because of the way my apartment was, you know, no, nothing fantastic there. I was trying to, you know, I was trying to push forward.
Because you know that this lady, I'm coming to see their house.
The things in her house, my house was nowhere close to their house at all. So I was trying to go later. But when the pressure was too much,
of course,
she came.
For me, coming to that place, it was a test for me too. I wanted to know whether this person is really serious. Because there are some guys, they want to marry, they don't have their own house. They don't have fine. If they are still squatting with somebody. You understand? You don't have your own personal as a bachelor and you want to get married. So where you are, you just be floating around. So it's a test for me. In fact, when I got there, I saw some things. I think I went back and told somebody, I said, this person, this are the and basically, don't worry. Things are, maybe that is the reason why God has brought you into his life. You will help him gather the money, and the person was not sharing her own testimony with him that she was the one that helped the husband to be able to get all the things that they get. She understands that. Okay, maybe he does. You know, sometimes some men don't know. Men may not. We're not guys may not really know what are the things that we should maybe they will just be using their money to buy clothes and to look nice, but to set up a house they may not really know in that kind, because these are mostly
that's why you should not
women.
Be single. That's why you should not be. That's why guys, you should not be single.
These are men. These are ladies' corner. So it's a ladies that you ought to have a bed, you ought to have a settee, you have to have dining things and begin to put things up. So for me, I wanted to do that, and I was able to do that when I got there. So I know I can't go there alone. I had to go with my cousins, and we went there. So in that kind, I don't want to put myself under pressure. I know he's a gentleman, as that I know he was a gentleman, and he's still a gentleman. But then I don't want to just expose myself to unnecessary things.
Of course.
So we had to do it that way. Another thing is that, you know, most times when you come to my own house, my house is a big house, and we have
house now. Nothing can happen.
Nothing can happen there. And meanwhile, you won't even. I don't think you will enter into my bedroom.
No, of course.
You always sit in the There's no how you want to. You just sit in the parlor. You know. We have a quiet time there. Most of my friends, aside from my female friend that I've allowed to enter into my bedroom, all other ones, they will sit in the parlor. Even when my father was alive, we entertain them there. So we don't put ourselves in a position of temptation whereby you understand these are some of the standards that you create around yourself.
So Gen Z, very important. Avoid situations that will put you under undue pressure. That will make you tempted to do what you should not do. You know, all of us know in our hearts what we should not do. That's the truth of the matter. We know what we should not do. You know, so since your conscience, your heart tells you this thing is not right, so don't put yourself in a awkward position or a situation where you might now start thinking of doing that thing which you know you should not do. It's very, very important. These things are possible. And we went through our courtship 1 year 9 months without kissing each other, without necking, without hugging. We didn't even hug. We didn't hug each other. Maybe it was only the day of the introduction that they say was it introduction? Okay, maybe sorry, engagement now that they say sit on his lap or something like that. You know, so we know those things were not. We didn't do those stuff. So it's possible.
It's possible.
You know what people will say now, it's not possible.
Very, very
how
possible.
can you be with someone in 1 year? I see a lot of things on social media. And we say, how can you be a guy and a girl? You are moving together in 1 year, nothing happened. He says it is possible.
Is it all your main friends that you want to love or whatever?
And it is not only us. There are many people that we know of who
once you make up your mind not to. You will do it. You will achieve it.
Yes, you will achieve it. Yes. Okay, so the last thing we want to I jumped the question, but the last one we want to talk about on courtship, is what red flags. This is the general question. What red flags should you never ignore in a relationship? What red flags should you never ignore when you're in a relationship with a guy or with a girl? What are the red flags? Maybe you should talk about the. Which one you want? You want to talk about guy or you want to talk about girl?
Of course, I will be representing the ladies.
Okay.
I'll talk about girls. So for me, and it's what I would say, the red flags.
Something that you see.
Watch his character, watch his relationship with other people.
Okay.
Watch the way he relates with other people. Watch his character. Watch his word. Does he keep his word? Is he a man of God? Is he sneaky or some people? Is he doing that? Listen to what other people are saying about him.
Very important.
Very important. I honestly, very important. I remember one of my sisters there was in a relationship and people already said, this guy. But in fact, I was everywhere. Maybe he has changed. But eventually he showed himself. So listen to what other people are saying about this person.
Sure.
Because you definitely, honestly, most people that goes into a marriage and fall into a problematic marriage is they ignore
the signs were there.
The signs were there. People
That's
were talking. It's just that they will ignore this thing. But if you are true to yourself,
aside from people talking, there were signs. The person too was manifesting some signs, but it's just
you just want to close your eyes to it.
I'm in love, like you say. So love is blind, but marriage becomes.
Yes, once you know that marriage is not something that if you made up your mind that your marriage is not something that you just want to test, if it work, we will work. If it doesn't work, this one I want to enter into it. I really mean business. You will not joke with every signs that you are seeing, everything that you are hearing. You will not joke with it. So look at the character. Does he have a good character that you can cope with? There are some guys that they are not trustworthy. You can't take their word for them. They can't give their word. And also some guys, you see some guys beating other people.
Yeah,
he's not beating you,
fighting on you, but he's fighting his brother, he's fighting his sister,
and he's talking and
fighting his colleague.
So these are things that you need to be watchful of.
You know that this one
one day it will reach your turn.
Yes.
So those are things that you how does he relate with God? Does he have a good relationship with God? Because it's the main, it's the foundation. So if he's telling us he doesn't believe going to church,
no, that one is a deal breaker.
Yeah.
If you are actually serious about getting married, I mean having a successful marriage, I want to say that one is a deal breaker. Anyone say I don't believe in God, I don't believe in going to church.
Like they say, my heart is my church.
Church is in my heart. I only sit at home and watch online church and do whatever. Or
if you even see somebody that is going from one church to the other, going from one prayer house to the other, be careful.
Yes.
Especially those are the ladies. Or one prophet say something. I tell people, if you are going to live your life based on what a prophet, a man of God is saying every now and then, not what the word of God is saying, that is how you will sustain your life till eternity, till Jesus comes. Because if you have any challenges, you will be looking for the man of God that will give you a prophecy. Yes, true. So unless you can stand and read up the Bible for yourself.
So please, before we go on, if you have any red flag that maybe we are not mentioned, or so, you can please put in the comment section. Put in the comments. I want you to put those. Maybe there are some red flags that you've also seen in some other people and I've not mentioned. Put in the comment section. But for me, one thing I also want to say about the guys is this. And sorry, very important. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to this channel right now. Subscribe and like this video. Share this video to as many that you know who love this video and who are in the stage of finding a partner, or they're already in a relationship. Send this video to them and forward it to them so that they can also learn. So one of the things that she did not mention about a guy, about a red flag in a guy, is a guy who, when you ask him, just like I said before, where are you going to in life? What's your vision? Any guy who is not, he can't tell you. He say he wants to marry you, or but he cannot tell you in concrete terms where he's going in life, where he plans to be in the next 5 years, or maybe let's not say 10 years. At least 5 years. Say in 5 years' time, I want to be this, I want to be that. And okay, how do you want to do it? I'm doing this, I'm doing that. If that guy is not able to answer, then it means that he's most likely not going anywhere. And you don't want to end up with a guy who is not going anywhere, because even if you are going somewhere, he's going to pull you back. He's going to draw you. He's going to pull you back. You understand? Because he's not going anywhere. So it's very, very important. A guy who is visionary, a guy who, he might not have the money, but he has a vision. They say sometimes vision is more important than money. You might have money but not have a vision. Someone who has money and doesn't have a vision, you blow the man. That's why you need someone that has a vision. A guy that has a vision, because even if he gets wins a jackpot, or he isn't any money in somewhere, maybe he's doing a business or a job, he will blow that money. You understand? And later, if you marry, you come back to square one. Very important. Okay, for the red flags in ladies. Red flags. Okay. A lady that some red flags that you can look out for in a lady. That you say, okay, this lady, a lady that's just like she said also, lady that is abusive to people around her, or that has a toxic attitude. You understand? Maybe amongst her family members or amongst her schoolmates, or she's tough. She causes a lot of. But when you come,
she react nice.
She's welcome. No. Who she is in her room, either in a hostel or in her house, in her office, who she is. That is who she's going to be in your marriage. That's the truth of the matter. That's who she's going to be in your marriage. Very, very important. Very, very, very important. So I want to let you know. So a toxic attitude, and then, sorry to say, a lady who is always demanding material things, materialistic lady. By God's grace, this is my madam here. When we were courting, she never one day asked me for 1 kobo. We are both here. She never asked me one day for 1 naira. Say, oh, I mean, now that you hear billing,
big
say,
girls,
guys are billing, and sorry, ladies are billing guys. I want to buy what's the name of Brazilian hair. I want to go and do hair. I want to do whatever.
Give me money for hair.
Money, all those
money
things.
Money for upkeep. Money.
No,
for...
once you see a lady, I'm just saying, if you see a lady that is always asking for this or that, I want to do. You
are making our money ourselves.
No. That is a no. It's a red flag. That this one, whether she has her money or not.
But sometimes a lady can decide to use that as a test. Let me test this guy. Can he pay?
No, fine. I'm not saying you should not. No, I'm not saying you should not
if
do
I
anyone
you those times.
No, you didn't bill me. But I went out of my way because I saw that. I've been in relationship with this lady for quite a while. We have been courting, but she has not even asked me for one kobo one day. I went out of my way to get things for her. Is that also? I got things for her because I say, it's not nice now. I should just be like that. You understand? I won't just say, well, it's good though. She's not believing me, and let me guys also take note.
So with that, I can say, this person is generous.
So I'm not saying you should. I'm not saying if she asks you, you should not give her at all. But if ask today, ask tomorrow, every time she's always billing you. She's forever billing you. No, I'm not. If it's forever, I'm not against billing per se. But when you say forever billing you, that one is where the red flag is. You understand? You know, and if the lady is not even billing you at all, you are lucky, you are favored. You find the lady that is not billing you at all, no problem. But you, just like I did, ensure that you get something for her. Let her even feel, you understand, make her feel maybe on her birthday, on Christmas or Valentine or something, get something for her. Very, very important. So I mentioned okay, and then also another thing, and that is also go to the guys, to both guys and ladies. Anybody that you are courting with, or you are in a relation with a person, and the person say, this is my bestie. The bestie is on the opposite sex. You are courting a lady, or you are in a relation with a lady. The lady say, this is my bestie. Is one guy. We have been together from when we were from primary school. You know, that kind of thing. Okay, carry your leg. They want to. And ladies too, the same thing. If a guy say, this is my bestie, most likely that person is an ex that they don't want to leave behind because they already have soul ties. Very, very important for you to avoid such people. You know, people who they still have some, and then also very importantly, go on their social media page. Look at their friends, not social media, even physical friends, real life friends, and online friends, online relationships. What do they chat? What do they say on social media? If those things are negative, or you see some negative indicators, what do you need to do? You need to do what? You need to watch it out and say, this one, because they say, the popular say, they say, show me your friend and I will tell you who you are. So if you have somebody, you say, I'm engaged to a lady, and all her friends on whatever, Instagram or anywhere, Facebook, you all see them like all this other show or whatever. What do you know? Do you understand? But your own lady, she's doing holy sister or whatever. It means that there are some things, so you need to watch out those things. God will help you. Okay, so during the marriage, you want to go to the last section, which is talks about during the marriage, early years. So the question is, now mind you, in the early years of marriage, it is not always, no matter how fantastic that lady is, no matter how I've seen the love of my life, she's so wonderful in the courtship. Marriage, they say, is what? Is an eye-opener. It's an eye-opener. Okay, so what was the biggest shock after you? Did you have any biggest shock after you got married? That's the question.
Biggest shock?
Yeah, did you have any shock that I didn't know this guy would be like this, or I didn't know that marriage would be like this, was there any biggest shock?
Not really, but I just know that my husband is
what?
My husband is very lazy.
I'm very lazy. Lazy in what sense?
He cannot take care of the house, so I know that one is on me.
Okay. We are not the house. Okay.
So there is not much. Of course, you've gone through counseling, you've gone through training, you know what you're going to expect.
That's where I'm going to. Yes.
So I know what I'm going to expect in the marriage.
Yes.
So although some of it, even after marriage, we are still learning. We are still in touch with the counselors.
Yes, after marriage. So
there wasn't much surprise because we are already prepared to an extent. So nothing really caught us by surprise. But it's just that when you get married, you begin to see the person very well in a clearer, like that. You see in parts. But now you are fully seeing it.
Yes,
you know that this person can go to toilet.
Snores. You didn't know he was snoring before.
Yes, this person goes to toilet and sometimes may not flush. So those are the things.
Or we use toothpaste and leave the cover.
So those are the things.
Or we come to the parlor, remove shoe and socks and fling them everywhere.
And of course, we have already been taught that sometimes you will see some of these things.
But adjustment very important.
You will see some of these things. So you learn to adjust and learn to accommodate the person.
Yes.
So
yes. What I want to say about that is I want to say something about that the level of shock you will experience in your early years of your marriage, it is directly proportional. In mathematics, it's directly proportional to should I say inversely? I want to say it's directly proportional to the
exposure.
It's directly proportional to the lack of preparation you have in your courtship. You understand? Lack of preparation in terms of counseling and discussion, asking asking questions. You understand? So I must say that I did not have so much of a shock in early years of my marriage, like shock like that, because a lot of things that could have brought issues in the marriage, we have discussed it during our courtship, and that's why I say you need to get that book that I mentioned, that book about the things you need to be doing in courtship. Very important.
There are so many books that can help.
Yes, there are many books.
There are so many, even some books that are written by other people.
Yes, of course.
That can help you in preparing to make sure that
for your marriage. You know? So when you really do it,
when people are getting married, ready to marry, there is this much talk on sex.
Yeah.
So
sex is not the only thing.
Because people mostly dwell so much on it that they want to test it before.
The wedding,
there's no need to test
and all those things. Yes.
Even the wedding night, there's always this hype, whatever.
Yeah.
There's no need to put your leg in it before you get to the marriage. But when you get to the marriage, there are still some things that you can use. There are some teachings. I know there was a book I used to have then. I don't know the name. Something about marriage or whatever that are written by foreign authors. That you can use, that can help you in the journey of your sex life. That you will have it and you will enjoy it when you are there. And also they will even help you how to monitor your ovulation, how to do anything. These are things that you can get. You can always read about them. In fact, one of these books, there's even one particular one that they said that don't read this book until you are a week to your wedding.
Okay. To
tell you the kind of exposure that is it. I have the book. When I recently saw the book, and the way I was putting my books, I said, these children, I don't want them to go and carry this. I went and hide it. So these are books there are books. You don't need to get all the how do we call it, all the knowledge, especially about sex, all the knowledge that you want to get before you go into no, it doesn't work that way. Okay, so we really didn't have much of a shock per se, because we actually prepared. We have dealt with a lot of issues. So very important in your courtship, in your relationship, deal with the critical issues. It's good to go to the movies. It's good to go to the beach. It's good to go to eat out. Good, no problem with that. But ensure you talk about your future. Very, very important, so that you can have less or no shock when you get into marriage. Yes. So how did you handle your first major disagreement? You can't even remember the first major. Can we remember after 14 years? You can't remember. But anyway, let's just in a nutshell, how do we handle our disagreements? The thing is one thing critically that you must know before you enter marriage is that nobody is perfect. That's number one. That's number one. Number two is that nobody is perfect. Number one. Number two, there will always be disagreements. Even the Pope. Okay, the Pope is not married, but even Pastor Adeboye, all the big pastors, holy pastors and general overseers, they have disagreements with their wives, and heated ones at that. Yes. So you should understand that there is no marriage without disagreements. They will always come. But the issue is that what differentiates the marriage that lasts 30 years and the ones that last only 6 months or 1 year is the way they handle those
those disagreements. And so how do we do it? We know that okay, disagreements will always come. That's I said number 2. Number 3, before you get married, you should understand that you should have that mindset like we did, that divorce is not an option. Divorce is not in our dictionary. So you have made up your mind ab initio that look, you want to, this marriage must work.
Must work. So you give it all that.
So when disagreements now come in the marriage, you are not saying because of this disagreement, I no go agree. You two, you no go agree. Let us go our separate ways. You know that is not. You know that is not on the table.
How can you solve this disagreement?
Yes. So you will look at.
Sometimes you may have to compromise.
Yes, you will call each other. What I do once.
He's always calling me to.
I will call her. I will say, okay, we need to talk about this. We need to talk about. We had a disagreement. Yes. We have disagreement, and then we have never beat ourselves. I've never beat her or slapped her or abused her or cursed her in these 14 years. We can talk and argue, but I've never done that. But even when we have heated arguments, like I disagree about something, what do? I be angry, and then everybody goes his own way and sit down or does what. But later on, maybe in the evening or something, I'll call her and say, look, I want us to talk. And of course, she will know okay, where the talk is going to. I want us to talk, and what's the talk? I will tell her what I feel she said or she did that I did not like. She will also tell me her own, and then we go on to resolve it. And that's how we are able to keep together for 14 years. It's not an easy thing. You understand? It's not an easy thing to do. I can assure you of that. It's not something that because sometimes even when you are right, you have to adjust because for peace sake. So that's how we've been. I don't know if you have anything. That's all that we did in terms of handling
disagreement. One thing that you need to know is that, like we have said, nobody is perfect.
Yeah.
If I see something that is wrong in my spouse, if I'm picking those things or if I'm dwelling on those things, because I know that nobody is perfect, I myself am not perfect.
Yes.
There may be some other things that's the way I've been doing. There may be some things that are in me that he may just be overlooking. So most times when you come together and say, this you do this, he will bring out the things that you do.
Yes.
At the end of the day, we will find out that the two of us we have missed it. We are at fault, or we have done something. So when you have that mindset, there is a way that I used to do. Be merciful with people.
Yes.
Be merciful with people. Calm down. You yourself, you have your own fault. So calm down. Sometimes some things, it's not everything that somebody does that you must hold on to and pick at. Okay, you go to the toilet, somebody did not flush the toilet. Can you flush it and move on with life? Or start raising the roof because she understand.
Because of
so some things you just need to overlook. Okay, this person eats. Left the plate.
Ability to adjust.
Can you wash the plate? If you cannot wash it, leave it. Somebody else will come and do it. So sometimes for me, I just find a way to, as much as possible, let's find a way to avoid conflict. If possible, find a way, live peaceably with all men. If you can do it with people in your offices,
why not?
You live peacefully with people.
Peacefully with your boss.
Yes.
Why not
with somebody that is.
If your boss is fire.
You want. She understand. Sometimes it's not easy. Like you said, sometimes we just go to God and say, God help me. This thing, I've been doing this thing, and you're also telling, this thing that you are doing, you always be saying, you talk about this thing that I don't like it. If the person can adjust, don't expect too much change. Like they say, most people will say, I want to marry you, we change later. What if it doesn't change? People can change. People can change because
on their own, only God
can make the change.
Not you will not do anything.
No.
To make
in fact, it's even better you don't even talk about the change, because the more you are talking about, the more they will resist the change.
You cannot do anything, so, and that's an important thing to Gen Z, because some people see some red flags and say he will change. Just like the lady that pastor said. I cannot change my name because that name
is what I used to
get PhD. I already have PhD. I cannot change my. He said the guy said that let's go ahead. She will change. never changed.
After
And
some years,
problem.
The thing she
it
doesn't
became a
want to
problem
change.
that they have to come back to the pastor. She said she cannot change her name.
That kind of person that you know that person is proud.
She is now. She has ego. She can say, I've already achieved PhD before you came to my life. So who are you? You know that kind of thing.
There's a lot to discuss about that, but that's not in our topic.
So
when you know that nobody is perfect, this you too, if you have your own faults, you can have your faults. Even the ones that they may not see today, you know that you will still make mistake. Like me, that's where I know that I am not perfect. And in fact, sometimes I just want to be myself. And when you are being yourself, you will hurt people. You will step on people's toes. So definitely, you know that you will get. You have done this, you have done that. You are. I'm sorry. If you can say I'm sorry, and we move on. So and because of that, I don't like holding people to what they have done. Because I know that me, I can do more than that, worse than that. So with that. We have less conflicts.
You can overcome disagreements will come, but you can overcome them. You can. Okay. Before I take the next question, which we are trying to round up now, is I want to let you know that we've created by virtue of this our 14th anniversary, we created a Telegram group it's called the Married and Fulfilled Tribe. You know, it's just about us talking about. People joining and sharing their ideas, sharing their problems, sharing their challenges, and then people can suggest or prefer solutions to whatever challenge they are going through in marriage. It is also meant for people who are not yet married. If you are not yet married, you are watching this video and you want to learn more from people who have already gone ahead, which I believe is a very critical thing in success in life. Nobody succeeds in life just by, especially on a journey you have never gone on before. You need to go and get information from those who have gone ahead of you, mentorship and things like that. So take this as a kind of a free form of mentorship, for you, so that you don't make mistakes that others have made. We are giving you so much knowledge from what we have experienced, what we did right, what we did wrong, and what we can even do better. So I want to encourage you. You will find the link in the description of this video. Please join that group. If you join that Telegram group, and we can't wait to have you there. So lastly, what advice would you give Gen Z about building a marriage that lasts? What advice, Gen Z, want to give? What advice will you give them about building in general?
My own advice is that, like they said, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not rely on your own understanding. Do not rely on your own understanding. Do not rely only on physical things that you can see. They can be transient. They can fade away. But let the things that you are holding on to be the ones that are things that are intrinsic, something that is inside. You understand? So
very important.
Very important. And trust God. Because only God that truly know a man.
Yes, very important too. The Bible says
so as you are
the
doing
heart
this,
of man
be
is
praying and be seeking and seek counsel. Seek counsel.
Sure.
The Bible says in the multitude of
counsel there is safety. Yes. Very important. Counsel.
Seek counsel.
Yes.
Read books.
Feel free to contact us. Through I have an email address in my YouTube channel there, or you can send a message, whatever I had. You can connect with me on the social media handles. So feel free to ask any question or seek for.
And also, you should know that marriage is not just about you, an individual.
Yes,
it's about the other person, and it's about God. It's about you are dealing with this person. You are dealing with God. Whatever thing that you are doing to this person, you are doing it to God. Just like Bible says, Jesus was saying there in the last day. You tell them, when I was hungry, when I was doing this, you did not do so things to me. Imagine what we will say if you are being faithful to your husband or you are being unfaithful to your wife. You have God to answer to. When you have that at back of mind, as much as you can do, Bible says, as much as it depends on us, we should live peaceably with all men. So for me, just understand that marriage can be successful. Marriage can be wonderful. Don't accept what some people say that marriage is scam. Marriage is never a scam. With God, you can have success. But very important, seek for be prepared, seek for knowledge. That's what I did when I was at your level. I sought for knowledge. And God has helped us 14 years thus far. I've never beat her. I've never, even though I came from a very turbulent home, very troublesome home,
you know, but my home right now is different from the home that I grew up in, you know, so it's very important. So you can do it if you decide that you want to have a successful marriage, you can do it. Okay, so till next time when we come again, it's me, Akhaze and Folasade here. Stay blessed. Please join that Telegram group, and we look forward to seeing you soon.
Yeah.
Stay blessed. God bless.